we have an all Philadelphia parlay special going down. We had Phillies money line. We had Flyers money line. And now Dallas, you're next. Let's go.
Let's go! This ain't the Fox Tyson force this game, he stinks!
Oh shit!
It's gone!
And we are live. Good morning, my fellow gambling degenerates. You woke up this morning today and you said, today is the day. Today is the day that we sweep the fucking week. We got a Philly special going on right now, parlay. If you don't follow me on MoneyPot Podcast, I don't know what to tell you. Phillies money line, Flyers money line, and I got the Eagles money line for what do you call them? Not one, not two, and not three, not four, but 5 racks on the line. Let's go. And I woke up feeling good today, and that's why I feel good today. It is your friendly neighborhood capper, Moss Money, and we are ready to go. And I see people already coming in the chat, man. I see you guys lining up, lining in. And I just want to tell y'all, I want to say thank you because we are starting to rank higher and higher and higher and higher. And it's not because of me. It's not because of my guys that are behind me hitting you guys with free plays each and every week. It's because of you. It's because you guys are pounding that like button. You're subscribing to the channel. You're hitting that notification button, and you're telling a friend to tell a motherfucking friend, as I can say. So I want to appreciate you guys for making sure that MoneyPot is starting to climb those charts. And let's keep doing it. Let's keep breaking records. Let's keep hitting the like button. Let's keep hitting that subscribe button. Let's keep telling a friend to tell a motherfucking friend because the money train does not slow down. Well, maybe it makes a couple stops here and there, but the money train keeps moving on, and we going round and round and round till we start lapping motherfuckers. As you can see, as the show keeps going on, as you can see, it's going to start to look kind of similar to other shows, right? You're going to see people start to pick up on my style and how I do things. Ain't nobody, no other capper was putting up FanDuel and DraftKings and Caesars and none of that stuff going play by play. Watch when they start to kind of pay attention, and then they try to pick it up and give it to the the originator. You know what I mean? We did it here first, the MoneyPot Podcast. Never do, always, we get duplicated a lot. And it's flattery, it's flattery. Like, oh, I like that guy. I like that style. And they try to take it their own. So it is what it is, man. But hey, man, Dallas week, right? Philadelphia fans, Philadelphia gamblers, it is Dallas week. So we will definitely get on the game on that later on the show. Y'all know the flow. Y'all know the style. What we do is we go game by game, giving you plays, likes, leans, props, parlays, all the above, all for free, and we don't ask for a dime, right? We don't ask for a dime. We don't ask for cash app. All we ask is for you to hit that like button. So if you're just jumping on the show, appreciate you jumping on. Hit that like button again, and let's get it going, man. Let's get into week 6. First, let me give you a recap of week 5. You guys joined me last week on week 5 on Sundays at 10 o'clock. Is we went 4-2, right? I had some plays up. We went game by game, and the ones that I was playing, I put them up on the right. We went 4-2, successful winning day. So I hope that made you guys some extra money in pocket because I know it's starting to get tight out there. And then you follow A2. You're here, so you must be watching A2D Radio. You must be watching the shorts. You must know that I swept Chicago college football plays yesterday. Oh, man, we are starting off good, man. Isn't it great to be a Philadelphia fan right now? It's great to be a Philadelphia sports fan. It's great to be from this city. It's great to be on MoneyPot Podcast Man, it's great to be on A2D Radio. Man, it's going to be a motherfucking beautiful day, as they say. All right, week 6. Let me get the we're going to be using FanDuel. I know DraftKings was a little chunky, kind of choppy last week. We're using FanDuel to start off the plays. Let's go, baby. Let's go. All right. Do do do. Let me get my notepad, man. Got my notes ready, locked and loaded. B Diddy's on his way. He just texted me right now. But I can't wait. We can't wait. We need the plays now. What are we waiting for? I can't wait. The people have asked. The people have chosen me to lead them to get this motherfucking money. All right. First game, week 6. Let's go. We got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers traveling to Pittsburgh. Right now, Tampa is favored by 10. Total is 45.5. Money line 40 minus 460. So nobody's touching that. What are we thinking here? Unless you want to do in a parlay, I don't. But I got a nice play here for you guys here. There's a nice little trend here. The Pittsburgh Steelers haven't won a quarter since week 1. We are now in week 6. That, ladies and gentlemen, is a motherfucking trend. I like right now Tampa Bay first quarter. Let's start off the week right. Give me 2.5 Tampa Bay first quarter. I really like this play. I think Tampa gets out ahead. Pittsburgh defense is still somewhat legit, but it's Tom, right? Tom's going to find a way. The funny thing is, I don't think that they're going to have enough. They're not going to be able to run the ball. So Tom's going to spread it around. Tom's going to pass a lot here. I'm leaning with the play. I'm leaning that in Pittsburgh, Pickett should be okay a little bit here, but Harris is hobbled. Their whole secondary is decimated. I don't know. Micah Fitzpatrick is out. I'm trying to think who else is out. They have some more corners are out. So I don't like that against a Tom Brady type led offense. I think Tom and Aaron goes in and gets it done, and that's why it's at 10, right? That's why it's at 10. Tampa is going to be on a lot of 3 10-point teasers, so you can load them up on that. But a play for me right here is first quarter. Let's start it off early. Let's get something in here light. I think this should be a win. Easy. They haven't scored, bro. Pittsburgh has not scored in the first quarter. Like they don't score. Well, let me look real quick. I know they haven't won a first quarter against the spread since week 1. I know that for sure. Let me see when's the last time they actually scored in the first quarter. Well, they scored 3 last week. Didn't score in the Jets game. Let's go to Cleveland. Didn't score in Cleveland. Now we're getting to Trubisky a little bit here. Didn't score in New England. And they scored 10 points in Cincinnati, which was a kind of weird game. But I like this side. And here's another prop play here. Tom Brady's passed for over 350 yards 3 times already in a row. So if you like Tom here at 288, his over passing yards, I think this is a good play. I think this is a strong play. But here's a better play I think that we will like right here. Get a little plus EV money. I'll sprinkle something on this as well. We're going to go Tom Brady to pass for 300 plus yards. I think he hits this. They're not the Bucs are not like they run the ball to see if they find some success. I just don't think they're going to be able to run against the Steelers. I think it's going to be a lot of Tom passing. He's up there. I think he's already got 1,400 yards. So I know he's in the top 5. But he's starting to heat up. They're starting to throw more. And he had 351 last game. He had 385 the game before. I like Tom here to get over 300 yards and get a plus EV play. This is like a nice little parlay. I just told a nice little parlay you might want to put together for a prop play. Give you some plus EV money. Give you some odds. All right. Let us go back to the list. Next game. We have the Jacksonville Jags traveling to Indianapolis Colts. line is still Colts minus 5.5. Total is 41. Tough game, man, because Marvin Jones, I believe, is going to be out this game for the Jags. Zay Jones, I believe, is also might probably be out. Taylor, obviously, big name, is out. They just have Colts. You can't trust the Colts. You can't trust Frank Wright. You can't trust who's the quarterback again for them? What the fuck is his name? What's his name? Oh, god damn it. What's his name? What can I think of his fucking name? Matt Ryan. I'm thinking Matt Jones. Matt Ryan. So I don't have a side on this, but I do have a nice little lean here. Travis Etienne has starting to pick up. He's really starting to pick up here. And I think because they're having so much trouble in the passing game, he's becoming a third down back and a passing option for Lawrence. So I like this play here. I like Travis Etienne over his 18.5 yards. He's hit this 2 times out of the last 2 games as his usage has gone up. I believe he's hit this 4 times already out of the 5 games that they have played. Let me double check that stat real quick before I'm talking on my ass. This is what we got to do, man. We got to make sure that we have our facts straight before we give out the official play. But I'm almost positive that he's hit this, more times than you believe. And his usage is starting to go up, right? His usage is starting to go up. He's getting almost, 3 catches a game. Yeah, and he's hit this 3 times out of the last 4. And on the 5th one against Washington, he had 18 yards. So he's right there. There's only one game he didn't have any catches and he didn't get any yards. So he's right there. I think this is a no-brainer play here for me, especially the way Jacksonville has been playing, especially the way some of those players have been hurt. So give me Travis Etienne over 18.5. Now, this Tom Brady play right here. This is going to be a filler play. I'm loading these up just to let you guys see what I'm looking at. But let me do this. Let me put some units in here, show you guys which ones I'm actually going to be playing, so you got that locked in. So we're gonna go 75. Not a full unit just yet, but 75 on these 2 plays. This could be a nice little parlay filler, I think, if you like some other plays to make parlays. Or you can parlays. Well, DraftKings won't let you. FanDuel won't let you parlay all these together. So, all right, let's go back to the next game. What's up, Tom? What's good, baby? What's up, Matt, Rob? Both Robs, Brinkman, Greg. What's going on, fellas? Appreciate you boys jumping on, man. Let's get this money. All right, next game. Cincinnati Bengals going to New Orleans. Cincinnati is favorite -3. Total is 42.5. I don't really have a big play on this side. There is one. I did find a nice take here. A lot of injuries once again going on here. I believe Higgins is going to be out. The whole receiving core for New Orleans is going to be out. It's going to be a lot of Taysom Hill love here, as there should. Probably where is he at? He's still plus 210 to score. All that makes sense to me. But the one thing about New Orleans defense has given up a lot of yards to receivers. They just gave up a shit ton to Seattle. They gave up some to the Vikings. So I think they gave up some to Tampa too. So I'm looking at Chase only in this game. Well, actually, no, I'm looking at Chase and I'm looking at Hurst as well. Hurst has really come on with Higgins out. He's actually become the second option for them. So in the last 2 games, I think he has like 11 catches and like over 100 yards. So I'm looking at Hurst stuff here. I wouldn't mind a Chase touchdown. All the receivers outside of Jefferson, but all the number 1 receivers have scored. They give up, I think, 3 touchdowns last game. So I don't mind a Jamar Chase touchdown here. But what I'm really looking at here to add to my list is I like this Hayden Hurst, man. I like the over 34. Ever since Higgins has gone down, he's become the second option. So New Orleans is going to obviously key in on Chase, but I like Hurst to get over his 34 and a half. And I don't have a problem. Everything Chase in this game, I like. Right? I like Chase's receptions, even though they're 6.5, but I like his receptions. I like his yards. Even though he's having not that Chase year that we know that we saw last year, he's still in the top. And he's just because his usage is so high. So with no Higgins, they're going to find ways to get the ball. New Orleans, no Lattimore, right? So that's huge. For the Bengals to be able to move the ball. So I'm just going with the second option because he's the obvious. So I'm going with the second option here. I'm going to sprinkle just a little bit, half a unit on Hurst, um, to get over 34 and a half yards. He does have a groin issue that kind of worries you a little bit. So I know in practice they kind of limited his reps, so he's ready for this game. I think he gets. I can see a 5 catch, like maybe like 50 yards, 5 catch, 60 yards day for Hurst. He scored twice in the last 2 games, but I think that's a little tough to say he's going to score. But I think he's going to be ready to go. So give me Hayden Hurst over 34 and a half yards. All right. Next game, we have the New York Jets, Jets, traveling to Green Bay and Lambeau. Line is -7.5. Total is 45.5. Yeah, this is a pass for me. I don't really have a take on this game. I'm trying to look at my. Oh, you know what? I do have. Oh, no, 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 not this game. Yeah, I don't really have a take on this game. A lot of teasers on Green Bay just to win. In Lambeau. Here's a fun fact though. Um, LaFleur is 10-0 straight up and ATS against the spread. That's a hell of a fact, right? That's a hell of a fact. A lot of people are going to be on the Jets just because of where the line is. The number makes sense to be on the Jets with that 7.5 there. If I was playing this, I would probably buy half the point just so you can get the push, just in case they only score by a touchdown. I would lean Green Bay here. That's a telling stat. It's kind of like Andy off a bye or off a bye week type thing. The fact that he's 10-0 after a loss straight up, and against the spread is a pretty decent stat to follow if you like Green Bay today. So I'm not mad at you if you like Green Bay. But there's a no play here for me. All right, next game. New England going to Cleveland. Cleveland is favorite -2.5. Total is 43.5. I do have a side here. So the Matt Jones is traveling with the team. I don't think he's playing though. I don't know if it's smoke and mirrors. I don't know what the deal is, but Jones is playing. So what's his name? Zeppi is going to get the start. And I just think their passing is a little bit better with Zeppi back there. A lot of people are gonna be on Stevenson as they should. Cleveland is susceptible to the run. No Clowney. I don't think. Garrett is still Miles is still working his back from that car crash that he was lucky to kind of walk away from. So that's a good thing. But Cleveland is the number one rushing team in the league. So they are averaging almost 195 yards per game in rushing. But you can't forget about the Zen master Bill Belichick going against another former quarterback. His record has to be ridiculous against former quarterbacks. I know it is. I didn't look it up, but I know it is. I know it's silly. So I'm actually going here. I would lean New England here. This line tells you it's right where it should be, but I would lean New England. I wouldn't even mind you doing the money line. New England wins outright. Wouldn't surprise me if they do. I would lean the under because I'm leaning New England. New England's defense is solid. They always have been. And if Cleveland can't run the ball, right? What does Cleveland do? Brissett's not going to air it out. Let's look at these teams. Let me look at these team totals real quick. Let me see something here. Let me look at these team totals. Just want to see. Yeah, see, I like Browns under 22 and a half. I didn't even think about that. Browns under. Let me look real quick. So we gotta do this live, baby. That's what it's about. Um, let me see. Like what I'm looking at is what's Cleveland done against some good defenses. So they scored. They had a shootout against the Chargers at home. They had another shootout against the Jets. Maybe, maybe not. The only game they didn't score over 22 points was against the Falcons, and that was in Atlanta. All right, maybe not. Maybe not a good take. But I do have a play here. Let's go receiving. I think this is low for their number one receiver, Jacoby Myers. He's hit this in the last two games. It doesn't matter who the quarterback is. He's had 111 last game with Zeppi, and then with Jones, he had 95. With Jones, he had 55 the game before. So he's in the last three games, he's hit this twice back-to-back games. But I also think that in the last three games, he could have easily hit this one in Miami. He was off by a yard and a half, and there's no Ward. Ward is out with a concussion for Cleveland. So give me a little bit of Jacoby Myers on the over here, 56 and a half. Wish it was maybe like 55 and a half, but I'll take the 56. Just a little bit, half a unit on that play right now. So right now, for those who just joined, we got 75 yards. I'm 75 yards. $75 on Tampa first quarter. We didn't fill this one in. We feel like this and the odds are going the wrong way. Well, the right way, but then the wrong way as well. This was at 102. It looks like it jumped up. For Tom Brady to throw for over 300 yards. Didn't put anything in there. This is just a really heavy lean. Might put this in like a parlay or something. We really like Travis Etienne over his 18 and a half receiving yards. We put 75. We like Hayden Hurst over his 34 and a half, 50, just a half a unit, and Jacoby a half a unit on that as well. So just showing you guys what we're playing with, what we got so far. And for those who just joining us, man, continue to hit that like button. Oh, we got some spam going on. God damn. Watch every NFL game live. But you know what? I see my guy in the background. Right off the goddamn plane. From the Mecca of gambling. He was there. He was there repping MoneyPot. He was there on the felt. Had some other personal shit that he was handling, but he was there still repping MoneyPot, man. My guy, your guy. They call him Diddy. What's up, bro?
What's up, man?
What's up, man?
Your boy tired over here.
Who, you? Yeah, jet
That,
lag?
that jet lag is catching up, right?
I believe it.
I'm
I
like
believe
off. But yeah, man, I'm back, man.
Yeah.
Sorry I
Successful.
missed last week, man. It was that time change is just so different.
Yeah, for
So
sure. No, it's all
for
good,
sure.
bro. That's all good. Yeah, we rolling down the list, man. We're all the way down to New England and Cleveland. Let me go back to see if you had any plays for the people. Oh, not all the way down. We're about 4 games in. We
Okay,
did
where we at?
Tampa, Pittsburgh. That's just an obvious of your 3 team
Mm-hmm.
10-point teaser. I said that. No, I have no plays or no leans. The only play I would really strongly lean through all these so far, I just got some prop plays that I really like is Green Bay. I found a nice little trend here. Matt LaFleur is 10-0 straight up and ATS against the spread after a loss. So it's almost
Mm.
it's like that Andy effect, right? What Andy's record is after a bye week or something. LaFleur after a loss is amazing, and this just sounds right. Bad spot for New York. They're coming off a nice win, and now they have to travel to Lambeau, right? to face the Green Bay Packers that are coming off a loss. I just don't like this number. This was 6.5 is making a lot of sense. The fact that it's through the key number of 7, it's just a lean for me. But I can't ignore the fact that he's 10-0 after a loss. It's pretty.
Yeah, I think that's an interesting trend. I think on that game there, I actually like the Jets now that it's at 7.5.
Yeah.
The Jets been fighting all year, scrappy, and I don't really see too much of a matchup difference too much as far as them to be able to keep it in within that number. And then I think Aaron Rodgers is having a thumb injury, possibly thumb injury. That what they were talking about nagging. So he's
Who?
not fully 100%. I think Aaron Rodgers had like a thumb issue.
Oh yeah. He had he has some type of thumb issue. I mean, they're banged up, and I think their best pass rusher, Gary. I don't know if he's suiting up or not. He might not. I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
yeah, I don't know. I mean, for me, it'd be lean up to 7.5 since it's through that 7. 6.5, I would have stayed away. 7.5, I like them with a touchdown.
yeah.
So I mean, I'll probably lean Jets here on that number. And then kind of going back to your Steelers, Tampa Bay, there was a prop bet I was looking at,
Oh yeah.
which is Najee Harris's team total. I mean, player total.
Okay.
I like his under. He's I want to say
Trash.
the worst in the league in rushing this year.
Yeah. No, he is. Where is it? I know what you're talking about. I'm trying to think where that one would be.
I want to say it was like 60, 61.5, 60.5-ish.
Yeah, let me see. I'll see if I can find it. But no, that's a good take. That makes sense. I don't think they're going to be able to do much in this game.
Mm-hmm.
They haven't won the first quarter since game 1. So that's why I like Tampa
First quarter. Okay.
First quarter. Yeah, I like Tampa first quarter. I had a little prop bet with Tom over 300 yards. He's starting to heat up. Yeah, 350 last game, 380 something the game before. Fournette, I think his usage is starting to catch up with him a little bit, and they're just running the ball to keep the defense honest. But they're going against a decent rushing defense. So I think Tom's going to be thrown in this game from a game flow perspective.
Got it.
I don't
Yeah,
think
I like the Bucks today a lot. I mean, I think they covered the spread too. So
they probably do. Because I mean, they're who is it? Pittsburgh just got beat up by. They just got whooped by Buffalo.
yeah, for sure.
Ass whooping. So yeah. I don't see that prop in there, but I know what prop you're talking about. They probably took it off the board. Wouldn't surprise me. All right, so we are all the way down to. I was just at New England and Cleveland. Like I said, I would lean New England, but I do have a play with Jacoby Myers over his 56.5 receiving yards. I think Zappy is a little bit. He might be a little bit more better passer than Matt Jones from what we're seeing. So,
well, Zappy can sling the rock. That's what he did down in Western Kentucky. I want to say it was Western Kentucky, right?
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, he that's what he did was throw that ball. I think he broke records there.
Yeah. So I think I like that, and I didn't find it, but I don't know what Belichick's record against his former players are. Actually, you know what? I do have that real right down. Belichick 8-2 outright, 7-3 against the spread versus Cleveland in his last 10. I like a little money line here. A little New England money line.
Okay.
I'm leaning. I'm really leaning that way.
I didn't have too much on that game. New England's traveling. They're down to their third quarterback. Cleveland should have won that game last week. They played San Diego really strong. San Diego's coach, which I talked to y'all about all summer long and going into the season, I do not trust the Chargers because of the head coach. There's no reason on life in a game of football that you go for it at 4th and 2 on your own 40-yard line under 2 minutes when the other team has no timeouts.
Right.
It's just football 101. And he's going to continue to be who he is, which is fine, but it's going to continue to hurt his football team. And Chargers got lucky by a missed field goal that they didn't lose that game because of a very bad decision that the coach made.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the Browns are playing back to the Browns. The Browns aren't playing bad football, but mind you, Jacoby Brissett is a backup quarterback that's been starting. He got a little excited last week, tried to make a big play through interception, which really should have sealed the game. And so I think the Browns are going to be okay here today. It's not going to be like the Patriots what they saw last week when they blanked the Detroit Lions. I don't think it's going to be that type of Patriots team that's going to come into Cleveland, but just be cautious. I wouldn't do too much on this game. The line is where it is for a reason.
Yeah. Facts. Facts. All right, next game. We got the Minnesota Vikings at Miami Dolphins. Vikings are -3. Total is 45.5. Another conversation about backup quarterbacks and down to your last quarterback. I have to think that the Dolphins are going to be ready this game, in my opinion, and I just can't trust Minnesota. Like I just can't trust Minnesota. I would actually probably lean Miami. I think I have, yeah, I have a player prop here too as well that I'm gonna take. But just in the sides, I would probably lean Miami. But I can't bet Miami with their third quarterback. He looked horrendous last week, but he was thrown into action. Probably didn't expect it. Now he's got a full week of practice. Got probably some of the playbooks and some scripted plays for them in the first quarter or so. So I would probably lean Miami, the home dog here.
What?
It's a short line. So look at that. That's only plus 140 for a playoff caliber team going against a playoff quality team with their third quarterback. So, but what we saw last week is that he leaned on Hill heavy. And I think he continues to do that. So I'm going with Tyreek Hill over his receptions at 5.5. Just springing a little bit on there, put a half a unit on it. He had 8 catches, I believe, last game, and even when he wasn't there, he was catching 10 balls. But I believe short, smart passes, go to your number one guy. I think Hill hits this probably by third quarter. And I think what's his name? Raheem Mostert, I believe is his last name.
Mhm.
He's injured. Yeah. Raheem Mostert. He's hurting. He's hurting. So I think they're gonna have to throw maybe 30 times this game. They don't want to, but I think they're gonna have to. So give me Tyreek Hill over 5.5 receptions.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna go with the better quarterback here in this decision. I mean, the three's not that long for me. I'll take Minnesota. They're on a 3-game win streak. I know they've been tight games for the most part, but it just tells me that they can win tight games. That's what it tells me. It tells me that the coach is not making bad decisions, and they're pulling out these tight games. You had a tight game against the Lions, tight game against the Saints, tight games against the Bears. They've all pulled those out and won those games at the end of the final quarter. I don't think there's no difference going into Miami against Skylar Thompson, which I never heard of until last week.
But
And I
see,
think,
but you would think that line was higher though. Why is it just 3? Like that line is fishy to me. Like if
yeah,
like you just said, everything you're saying makes complete sense. This should be like 4.5.
okay,
This should not be 3.
I
Like this
agree.
should be higher. Like
I
this should be
agree.
here. Right. Look at this. Look at the Ravens line. It should be this. This is a Dolphins line. This is a +3 in Miami with their third quarterback that nobody's never heard of or don't know. You got to dig back in your videos and your highlights of what school he went to, whatever. This is a Dolphins line to me.
Yeah,
That's how I see it.
no argument there. I don't have no argument on that. I just gotta. I mean, they're gonna get me then. If I'm gonna if I'm a bet, I'm gonna bet the better quarterback
They gonna
here.
take me down then.
They're gonna just take me down.
They
I'm
gonna
gonna,
just take me
you know,
down then.
I'll put Minnesota in a money line parlay, and they'll just take me down if they're gonna take me down. I'm
Yeah.
just saying over history, if it's going to be close, which we're obviously saying it is, I've seen that Minnesota's been tested, and they've pulled it out these last 3 games.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just hard to play. It's just hard to win in Miami. That's the biggest issue. So I think the home field advantage there is just tough to play in Miami.
Facts. Facts.
But I mean, if anything, I look at team total under for Miami here.
Let me bring it up. That makes sense.
I mean, come on, bro. The Jets put up 40 points on them last week.
Yeah, no, I agree.
40. Come on,
Their
stop.
team total is 21.
Yes. So I would go under team total under 21. And
I
I
wish
would tease that if you want to tease that with the Vikings and rock out.
I wish it was 21 and a half. That'd be a nice play.
I think it was at one point.
Makes sense. Makes sense. All right, next game. Baltimore Ravens at New York Giants. Baltimore's favorite -5.5. Total is 45.5. Surprising the Giants, man. The 4-1 New York Giants.
Oh no.
Which is
NFC
crazy.
East is
Even, yeah, and they're down. I think Kenny Galladay's out. We know Shepard's out. You know, I don't know how they're 4-1, but they are. The record is what the record says.
Defense.
I would lean Baltimore here. Lamar has done very well against New York. I found this stat for you here. Check this out. I'm not against New York, but just NFC teams. Lamar is 12-0 against NFC teams and 17-7-2 against the spread, which is crazy. So I like Baltimore here. The line is telling me it's a Baltimore line. You're going to a 4-1 team in New York, and you're still favored. Kind of getting close up there. So I would lean Baltimore. I do have a prop play here that I am going to take, and it's the only one I can trust, and it's Lamar over his rushing yards. I think it's just too low. Like his rushing yards should be where Saquon is.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It should be 70. That's just too low. I know their defensive line is starting to come on, but this to me, he's just matchup proof. It's just volume. He's not going to throw for over 250 yards or anything like that. This New York defense secondary is actually held out pretty well against some of the better receivers. With a lot of people, I don't know, a lot of no names. So I'm trusting the only thing in this game I can trust, and that's Lamar's legs. Give me over 59.5. I'm putting a little bit more on this one because I really like this one.
Man, them rushing totals are so crazy for that. But
yeah,
I kind of agree. No, I think I like Baltimore here.
Yeah, I
But I
do.
really actually like the total better. I like the under here.
Yeah, good call.
I
It
think
could be in your 10. Do you trust that 10 point?
I would trust a 10-pointer. If we're gonna get over to 55, I don't think they hit 50 here.
Yeah, I'm just thinking, is this a game where Baltimore routes them like 32?
No, because
24,
no, it's not a route.
like
It's
that?
not gonna be a route.
Okay.
One Baltimore is not explosive enough offensively.
Okay.
I mean, as I've watched over this last few weeks, I don't think they're explosive enough. I think Hollywood being not there no more hurts them in their explosivity. I know they have Lamar Jackson, Mark Andrews.
Right.
So I do like Mark Andrews over receiving yards here. I think they're going to lean heavy on Mark Andrews across the middle. But I think New York Giants defense is legit. I think they're a good defense. I think they'll be able to hold Baltimore down a little bit. And I like Saquon Barkley's over receiving yards. I
Yeah,
think
I was
he's
about
going
to
to
say,
Daniel
Bart.
Jones
I
going to
think
need
he's
some
hit
help.
this in almost every game.
Yeah.
No.
Well, 27.5 is a little bit. I think he had it like 2 out of the 3 games, or 2 out of the 5. I'm sorry, 2 out of the 5 games they played.
He's hit this 3 out of the 5 games.
3 out of 5. Yeah. So I know something like that. So I would go over here in this game for sure. But I think it's going to be more of a defensive matchup, and let's add them. Let's make it a play. Add them team teaser, 3-team teaser total under 40, under 55.
All right. So let me write the teaser down. So teaser so far, 3-team, 10-point teaser is what? Tampa.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have the under in the Baltimore G-Man game, under 55. All right. We got only one more leg of that, and then we'll be done on that play. All right. Next game. Let me see who else we got here. Wilson said Baltimore, Green Bay, Cincy, and New England. Is that a parlay, Willie? You parlaying those, or those just all your takes? I like the Baltimore. We already talked about Green Bay. Cincy makes sense, and I do like New England. I do like
You know,
New
and get you
England.
the plus
Yeah,
money. It's gonna give you some good return.
yeah, that's gonna give you some decent return for sure. Real decent return. Don, what's up, bro? Since we talking about New York, I know we talking about football, but do y'all think Cleveland could pull off the upset against New York?
Cool. We're talking about baseball. Yeah, I do.
Yeah, you talking about the Yankees? Got
The
to be.
Guardians. I had something special about the Guardians, so I thought they were going to upset them. I'm telling you, man, with the baseball season, this added bye week is killing these teams. It is. It's just the momentum's going into the playoffs with these lower seeded teams, and they're coming in and they're beating these bye week teams. Dodgers lost, right?
Yeah,
Braves lost. They
Braves.
dominated all season.
Yep.
They've dominated those teams they played all season, right? We couldn't beat the Braves. Phillies couldn't beat the Braves all year.
No, we were like 50-50 against the Braves. We were,
What?
yeah. This
I gotta
year,
look at that. I gotta look at that again.
no, we
'Cause I
were.
know
No,
every game I looked at, we were getting smashed.
people didn't mind the Braves. They didn't want the Dodgers because we were getting smoked.
Of course, who wanted the Dodgers? They're 110-win
Yeah,
team.
yeah. No, but
Well,
we actually
I know
played
one
okay
thing for
against the Braves.
sure: San Diego could not beat the Dodgers all year. I think they were
Yeah,
like 16-2. It was something crazy. But yeah, I like the Guardians. I think the Guardians are a solid baseball team.
yeah, yeah. McBride, what's going on? What's going on, fellas? Mike Evans or Tyreek Hill?
Hmm.
Got to go with Brady. Got to go with
You
Evans.
got to. Mike
Yeah,
Evans gets to the end zone every
yeah.
game,
And
so
Evans is such a threat. I think he's probably close to. He's probably again top 3 leading the league in touchdowns. So I got to go with Evans there. All right, next game. San Fran and the Falcons. San Fran is favorite -4.5. Totals 45.5. I'm not sure if Bosa goes on that, even though it doesn't matter. Probably too much. I have no take on this game. Lines make sense about right. I was looking at Mariota's receiving. I mean, not receiving his rushing yards over. It's still low, 28. I thought that might be a play, but I'm not trust. I can't put money on that in a squash game. I'm not sure. Fun fact though, people probably already know or kind of jumped onto it. Atlanta is the only team that is 5-0 against the spread this year.
mm.
So, still not betting. I can't back Atlanta. Just the way they.
Yeah, I can't back Atlanta. I think San Fran's playing really good football right now. I
Yeah.
think as a team, they're playing well, especially since Jimmy G's got back into the lineup. But I know they have some injuries coming in on the defensive side of the ball. I think Armstead's still out, and it's another D lineman that's out too. I can't think of his name.
Well,
But I still think they're just a better team. They kind of control the ball. They're a controlled ball offense.
mhm.
They run well. They play action off of it. As long as Jimmy G stay out the way, I think they should be able to take care of Atlanta. San Fran's the majority of my teasers. I do like San Fran team total over. I think Atlanta's defense gives up a lot of points. So can you tell me what that team total is?
Yeah, I'm about to go now. I like that one. It's a pretty good. It's a good take there.
It's like 24 and a half or
Yeah,
25,
24.5.
24 and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that over.
Okay. 24.5. I'm trying to think how that goes. I love it if they get 17 in the first half. Right. If they get it's the thing about Atlanta's got this multi set like rushing offense that they're
Mhm.
trying to run, and it's like 5 yards, 6 yards. So it just eats up clock. Um, you know, um, it's almost like a wildcat type deal. Because
Yeah.
Mariota is not going to throw. He's not. They're going to run with Mariota too. It's all RPO stuff. That's all they do is all RPO stuff. Because he is a threat. That's why I thought his rushing yards were low at 28. Because he could pop one for about 20 yards.
And he's going to do that.
Yeah, and he's going to do it. Yeah, like he's
Mhm.
going to have like what's his? I wonder what his rushing attempts are. Just want to see something. They don't even have him up. Yeah, they don't even have him up. So
His rushing attempts.
like
He averaged
anything
about.
around
He
like
has like
6,
7 rushing attempts a game. 7 last week, 5 week before, 7, 6, 12.
Yeah, like anything around like 6, or you can find something like 5.5 or even 6.5. I think that's a good play. He's gonna run. He's gonna run the ball, and then don't forget him rushing from throwing is considered a rush. Those are still considered, even though it's not a called rush. When he takes off, he
Mhm.
gets a yard. That's a rushing attempt. So, I would be looking at his rushing attempts, but they don't have it on FanDuel. I'll probably see if I can find that somewhere else. Our next game, we got Carolina Panthers at the Rams. Rams are -10, which is crazy. 41.5. I mean, oh, you know why? It's then this is crazy. This is another team down to their third quarterback, right? If you think about it, Breaker's out, Darnold's still out on IR, so they're going with what's his name? Oh, what's his name? PJ Walker or
PJ
something Walker?
Walker. Mhm.
Yeah, is it PJ Walker?
It is. I
Yeah,
believe
okay.
so. Mhm.
Yeah, so yeah, he looked like shit in preseason, I think. So this should be this should be a cakewalk for the Rams. I got no side on this. I can't. I'm not betting the Rams -10, even though they should win. Um,
Yeah.
I know I know. It's a lot of things going on with the Rams. In this and even just in this game. Obviously, supposedly CMC's up on a trading block. They're fielding offers. Baker was a travesty. Rule got fired. The Rams look like shit. That offensive line looks like shit. Cooper Cup is I think was hurt. Now I'm looking at Anderson has an illness. He's sick, supposedly. So I think if I'm looking at this game total, it's a high line with a low total. So that tells me that the team total for Carolina has to be like 10 and a
Four.
half.
Yeah. I'll say like 14.
15 and a half?
Yeah. I'll say 14. Yeah.
Do they score 2 touchdowns? You know what I mean? Does PJ Walker lead them to 2 touchdowns today?
No, I don't. I like the under there.
This is a
But
great.
I mean, I think the biggest issue really with the Rams, well, Cam Akers, they said Cam Akers is on a trading block. That's
Yeah,
one
that's
thing.
another thing too. Like this
You
is
got
so much
a little bit of
storyline.
this, yeah, this organization going on in there in the Rams. And then main thing really that's been happening is, believe it or not,
I like this under here,
it's
bro.
Matthew Stafford's been really inconsistent the way he's
He
been
leads
throwing the
leading
ball.
picks.
So many turnovers.
Yeah.
And then he's leaning on Cooper Cup, too much. Now I'm not sure if that's just not the confidence in the other receiver. Where is Robinson at?
Where?
I mean,
Where he at
come
though?
on. Where I mean, I hate to beat up on a player, but bro, like, have you dropped that bad where you're just non-existent? And it's obvious because Matthew Stafford continues to throw the ball to Cooper Cup, damn near 13 targets a game, 14,
Yeah.
15 targets a game. Where are you at, Robinson? So I do think this line's a little bit large. I do like what you said, your take on the under team total for Carolina. I think they're going
Yeah,
to
I like this
struggle.
under here. I really
Um,
like this. Under
but
15 and a half, 15 and a half. I don't think this had to start at maybe like the look ahead line. I bet you this had to start at almost
maybe they
17
didn't
and a half.
adjust the line yet.
Yeah, and it hasn't seemed like it's adjusted well.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially I just saw that, because they're talking about trading Anderson. Like Carolina's about to blow it up.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? And just hit the reset button. But I'm looking at their games. They lost, and this is with them at full strength or considered full strength. They lost to the Niners. They only scored 15. They lost to the Cardinals. They scored 16. They beat the Saints, but then they lost to the Giants. They scored 16. And then they beat the Saints with 22. But if you average those last 4 games, I mean, they might be just getting the 17 points, but that's with Baker. This is not, I wonder what PJ gonna be running for his fucking life. What's PJ?
Them lines, they probably don't got no
Let
props
me
up for
see.
him.
No, they don't. Yeah, they wouldn't
Yeah,
even put it up there.
no,
He don't got nothing. It's the CMC.
yeah. And at this point, really, if they're trying to trade CMC, they're gonna probably not go too crazy. You know
Yeah,
how injury prone he is, so
right.
uh, the probably the plays for him was gonna be very, very light.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what's his rushing attempts?
15, 14 and a half.
15, 14 and a half. I mean, you would think they would lean on him because of PJ Walker, but with him being on the trading blocks, I don't know, man. That's something you might want to think about. Let me
He
see.
might
What's his
he might get an ankle injury in this one. He might.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you gotta really think about that. You can't trade a unhealthy player.
I like this one. Look at this. Look at this long shot. Most rushing yards in the game. PJ Walker. Plus 2,900.
Yeah, I would take it.
I like a little sprinkle on that because what's Henderson doing? Like Henderson only has. This is Henderson's last games. Last
Wait,
game
so
he had
what is Christian McCaffrey's rushing attempts?
14 and a half.
He's only hit over that once this year.
Henderson's had 27
Twice.
yards, 17 yards, 47 yards, and 47 yards. Who the hell is Michael Brown? Is that somebody on the Panthers? Like who's Malcolm Brown?
Malcolm Brown?
Yeah, it says it right there. Most rushing yards of the game. Malcolm Brown.
Mhm.
Yo, bro. He's not on the Rams. Hold on, let me just look at
Oh, maybe he
roster.
wasn't. I think he was on the Rams last year.
Okay, he is on the Rams. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, he is on the Rams. He just got signed to the active roster a week ago.
Yeah, but I think he was on the Rams last year when they had all them running back injuries. Remember Cam was out, then whatchamacallit was out,
Okay.
and he had a breakout. That name does sound familiar.
So hold on, let's look at this, bro. Let's really look at this. Brown got just signed to the active roster a week ago.
hmm
Henderson this year hasn't rushed for over 50 yards yet.
hmm
I guess Cam is not even playing in this game because his stats are nowhere to be found.
Well, he's
And
on the
then-
trading block.
Yeah, and then we have CMC. Okay, he's rushed for 100 yards in a couple games, obviously. But like you said, his attempts with him being on the trading block might be sitting right at that 14. Yo, I really might bet this PJ Walker shit, bro. I don't know if I'm not tripping. Because if he don't see nobody in the background, he's got no Robbie Anderson. I mean, DJ Moore is there, I guess.
They both Philly guys.
Yeah. Look, it just dropped. It just dropped from 29 to 27. I'm gonna put this on here. I'm gonna really think about this. Nothing crazy, y'all. Nothing crazy. You know, like quick $25. Like, $25 to win 7. I'll take it.
Yeah, I think that's. I mean, it's worth a shot.
Yeah, on a limb. That's funny.
I mean, the dominoes are falling in your favor, really. Like you say, you got 2 starting running backs that are on trading blocks.
That's what I'm
and then
saying. Yeah, you got.
he's-
Go ahead.
No, you're right. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, yeah, I think you bringing it this on the fly, right? He's on the trading block. He's hasn't rushed for 50 yards in a game yet, and this is a new guy who just got signed from the practice squad a week ago, who hasn't taken a snap yet. I don't know. I think it's worth a shot. Worth a shot. Let's see if we can hit our long shot today. All right, next game. We have the Arizona Cardinals going to Geno Smith and the damn Seattle Seahawks. Put some respect on that man's name they singing. Geno been doing this a long time. Arizona's favorite -2.5. Total is 50.5. They have no defense.
They wrote him
got an
off.
okay
He ain't right
corner.
back.
But this defense is this defense, they just give up points. So I actually like Arizona in this game, and I'm actually going to take Arizona in this game. Here's a funny stat that I found as well. Arizona is 10-1 since last year against the spread on the road.
Wow.
So I think this line is telling me Arizona a little bit. Actually, no, it's actually a Seattle line. Now that I look at it, if it was like 3.5, it would be an Arizona line. But I like Arizona. I think this is a good spot for Arizona coming off a loss against a somewhat of a close loss against us. Seattle, we love we love Gino. We love you, Gino. But I think eventually the hot streak kind of cools down a little bit. I like Arizona in this spot. I think this is a good spot for Arizona. Give me Arizona.
Yeah, I mean, I want to add that teaser over to bring them down to 40 and take the over there.
Yeah, great play.
Both these defenses just can't stop anybody.
Great play.
And I think they both can put up points. Gino's been playing out of his mind. I've never seen this type of Gino before. So good for him. Like he said, everybody wrote him off. He didn't write back, whatever that means. But
What you mean? He didn't write back.
what does that mean? Everybody wrote him off, but he didn't write back. What? I thought about that for a long time. Like, what does that even mean? He didn't write back. What?
Everybody wrote me off, but I didn't write back.
That's more like a Jameis Winston quote, just saying things. So I hear you're hurt. Where you hurt? Everywhere.
Right.
The body. You're
My
like a Mike
back.
Tyson, a back everywhere. So
Final.
I like to put that in the teaser and get them down to over 40. I think this gonna be a lot
Yo,
of points
Pete.
there.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree. I like this teaser that you just came up with. So it's a great teaser. So for those who still watching this, we just put it together our typical 3-team 10-point teaser. We have Tampa just to win. We have the we're teasing up the Baltimore and Giants game to over 55.5 and going under, and we just teased down the Arizona versus Seattle game to 40.5. And that's a official play for us from the MoneyPot Podcast. 3-team 10-point teaser. Say that 3 times fast. All right. And I am officially taking the Cardinals. I like the Cardinals here. I like a good fade spot here for Seattle. Let me see here. Let me look at this. Because I think Seattle has. Yeah, okay, they were on the road. Oh, they beat Detroit. Is who they beat. Yeah, they just been. He's just been lighting it up. He's just been throwing. Let me see what Cardinals have done. The Cardinals just only gave up the 20 to us too. Yeah, undefeated on the road too.
Is Jameis back?
Who?
Speaking of Jameis,
Jameis.
or Andy Dalton still here?
Yeah, in New Orleans.
Yeah, I was wondering if Gino's back. I mean, if Jameis is back, is he playing?
I don't think so. I think what's his face is getting the start.
Okay.
And I like a little Eno Benjamin. I know Connor's out. I think he ran a little bit. He ran okay against us against Philly. So if you're looking at player props here, but I'm taking a side here. I like Arizona. Our next game. This game is going to be bananas. 2 MVP caliber players, 2 Super Bowl caliber teams, 2 great head coaches, one who has a red carpet into the Hall of Fame. We have the Buffalo Bills against the Kansas City Chiefs. The Bills are favorite -2.5. Total is 53.5. Kelsey's coming off an amazing game, 4 touchdowns. I mean, I don't.
Aren't they from the same coaching tree? And the Andy Reid coach, Sean McDermott?
I believe so. Yeah,
he was our defensive coordinator for 35 seconds. Remember?
Yeah, no, I remember. I counted every second of that. I don't know what Josh Allen's record in KC is, but I don't think it's good.
Well, he's a better team right now going into Kansas City for sure. I think they've been licking their chops for this game.
Oh yeah, they're gonna be up for this game.
Which shows you why. What is it? What are they, a 3-point favorite?
2.5.
Going into Kansas City? As hard as it is to win in Kansas City? Now that's crazy.
Yeah.
So this is gonna be interesting. This will be a live game for me.
Yeah, let's want to see what team totals is. Because there's gonna be scoring. Not gonna be able to slow each other down. Right there, almost even 27.
Yeah, it's 54.5, right?
Yeah. It's about pretty even. 26 and a half for the Chiefs and 27 and a half for Buffalo. I like the Buffalo over. It kind of the Buffalo over team total kind of protects you both ways because if Buffalo goes in there and handle business as they should, they're going to score close to 28 points. And if the Chiefs get up fast and Buffalo's coming from behind, pause, um, Buffalo's going to have to throw the score. So I like the
Yeah.
Buffalo over, right? And it's right there at that 28. Um, it easily could be 14-10 in the first quarter with these two teams. How they score, how efficient they are on offense, how they kind of just run to keep people honest, but they don't really run the ball well. It's all on the quarterbacks to make these plays. I think this is a play for me. I'm getting the favorite with their team total over. And if they go and handle business, you have to score anywhere from 24 to 30 points to beat the Chiefs and KC. And then if KC does what they're going to do, you're going to have to play catch up. And this offense is explosive enough to play catch up in that type of game. I don't think they get shut out at all. Yeah, give me the team total here. I like this.
Yeah, I think historically their games have been over pretty high.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know how Buffalo doesn't get to 30. It's hard for me to see Buffalo not get to 30 points in that game.
What's the first half? I like the first half. See what that is. Let's look at the first half. Break the game down a little bit.
Let's see. First half. First half total 26.
26 in the first half.
Yeah, 26 and a half. 26 first half. Um, what, 10-7 first quarter maybe 7-7, 14 get you there. Um,
I'm saying 27 too.
yeah, I'm trying to think of that game flow. We would
Yeah,
have to,
that's why I said this will be a live game for me because I got to see how these guys verse come out and
yeah,
play a little bit. I
agree.
feel like what we think is going to happen is going to be the opposite. I really do. I think it's going to be one of them games, and that's why I'm kind of like going to be. This is a wait and see. I know it's like circled on everybody's book, and everybody's excited about both these teams, especially Buffalo. They're like, the NFL's favorite right now.
Yeah. Oh, Don,
Um,
you done changed up, huh? You done changed up and put John Harbaugh up there, huh? Well, Michigan man. They beat the brakes off Penn State.
that second half was crazy.
Yeah, they beat the brakes off Penn State. I thought I almost lost my bet, man. I had Penn State first half. Then they came back
Mm,
with two quick scores. I knew the
yeah,
dude
they
was going to
did.
give us one. He almost gave us one at one time. You remember in the first quarter, he like faded back and just threw it off his back foot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
But
I was like,
but the dude made a catch though, right?
yeah, he made the catch, but he barely got it over the
John
D.
Harbaugh was upset about that. He put his
Yeah, it
head
was a
down.
terrible pass. Terrible.
Hmm.
It was a terrible pass. All right, you know what time it is. I know what time it is. It is time for the game of the motherfucking week. The night game. Your Philadelphia Eagles versus the most hated Dallas Cowboys. Agree or disagree? Facebook, YouTube. Let me know. Do you agree to the poll here? Will the Philadelphia Eagles cover the 6.5 spread against the Dallas Cowboys here in Philadelphia? And I told you in the earlier the show, I'm going for the 5K sweep. I had the Phillies money line, I had the Flyers money line, and we got this motherfucking Philadelphia Eagles money line. So you already know what side I am. I took the money line. So I put a nice little couple units on there, and I'm waiting for this 5K. So can I hedge? Of course I can hedge. But why would I look like betting on Dallas right now? But we talking money though, too, right?
Talking money.
We talking money. We
Yeah.
talking money. So put yourself in my position, B Diddy. Right now, I did a Philly special parlay over the weekend. I took nothing but Philadelphia teams.
Hmm.
And it's that high, one because of the money I put on it, but as well, the Flyers and the Phillies were both dogs.
Hmm.
So I got plus plus EV money on those plays, and I married it with the Philadelphia Eagles. What should I do in this spot right here?
What is it? I can't see it.
Right now it's at -6.5. Total is -290. That's the spot I'm in right now.
Well, I mean, for one, I'd like Dallas. I'm going to buy a half a point and get them up to 7. I don't like Dallas to win the game. I just like the spread. Now, mind you, Philadelphia's going to win this game, I believe. But my money is going to be on Dallas plus 7. I just think
Ooh, you sound bad.
defensively, they're just tough, man. They're just a tough team. This is going to be Jalen Hurts' biggest test. I think he's been outperforming well above than what we expected from Jalen Hurts, and I salute to him. I think he deserves all he's getting, all the praises that he's getting. He deserves it, and I'll continue to hope that he's going to take this team to the promised land.
So you think this is it, huh?
But I don't think it's it. I think the Philadelphia Eagles will be 6-0. I just think the line that's a big line for Dallas. Dan Quinn got this defense playing lights out.
No, he does. My question is how. Like, I like the under. I like the under here.
I think everybody's trending on the under.
Yeah, I think everybody's trending.
Which is scary to me.
Yeah. But I'm thinking of how is Dallas going to score now? Zeke ain't the same Zeke, but Zeke historically has always done well against the Eagles. So I'm just thinking, do they keep us honest with that rush game, with that rushing attack? Is Cooper Rush really going to throw on us? Because I know he's playing, but I know Lamb is a little banged up here. So I'm just wondering, like, what is this game going to look like? Right? Like, what is this game going to look like? And obviously, this game is going to be won in the trenches because that's where the strengths of these teams are.
Mm-hmm.
But when I look at the skill positions, we're kind of win across the board. We went against the quarterback, we went against the tight ends, we went against the receivers, we went against because I put Parsons as a rusher. We win. Our linebackers are better than their linebackers. Parsons makes their D line better than our D line, but we have the secondary too. Like all the skill positions, I think favor the Eagles. And then you can go strength on strength with our offensive line versus their defensive line, and then their offensive line versus our defensive line. But the skill positions favor us. And the most important two pieces to this is the quarterbacking, and you got to tip your hat to Sirianni and the way he's been coaching and getting this team ready to play, that you have to give the edge to the coaching to the Eagles. Mm-hmm. So when I look at that, I'm just trying to understand, like, how is this game going to go? You know the place is going to be mobbed. You know the place is going to be crazy. I'm going to be in the building tonight, so I will see y'all down there. But I mean, Eagles. I mean, like I said, Phillies won, Flyers won. The city's looking for the sweep. It is a great time to be a Philadelphia sports fan in general.
Absolutely.
NBA, the Sixers are starting off Tuesday. So, I just think the spot for it's not a good spot for Dallas. They're coming into a bad spot when the energy in the city is just ready just to like people are not going to care if they get fired Monday with this game if we win this game. So I see what you're saying. I understand the take on the line here, that in an NFC matchup, when you got good versus good, this is just too many points for this not to be a close game. This is not going to be a blowout per se. And typically there haven't been there've been some, but it haven't been typically a lot of blowouts. Dallas versus Cowboys. Dallas versus Eagles. I don't know, man. I kind of like the take. I understand the take. I understand paying the $1 and 20 or whatever to get over the line for a touchdown. Especially with a low total. That makes sense. But fuck, man, it's Dallas, right?
I mean, like I said, I think the Philadelphia Eagles win. Birds will win. I think it's just the momentum that the city has right now. Phillies have won. Flyers starting over 2-0. Eagles now 5-0, looking to be 6-0. It's a great time to be a Philly fan for sure. I just think that Dallas defense is for real. They're, I think, number one in pressuring the quarterback. I think they're top five in points allowed. Um, I don't think any team has put over 20 points against Dallas all year. So it's going to be tight. So 7 points is
Agreed.
just way too much in this game. So Dallas plus 7. I'll buy the half a point. Dallas plus 7, and I'm going to rock that. But I like Eagles to win for sure.
Yeah, I
I
can't.
mean, especially after what Arizona was able to do. It kind of like just let me know a little bit that we do have our weaknesses. We had, we haven't had a perfect game yet. You know how the coach always said we haven't played our best yet, although
Yeah,
we
three
we're
phases of
undefeated. We
football.
haven't even played our best. It's just one of them things. I really believe that about the Philadelphia Eagles. They haven't played a complete game,
No, they
although
haven't.
they're 5-0.
No, they haven't.
So
They definitely haven't, and I agree.
it'd be
Um,
hard to tell me that they're going to play a complete game tonight against that defense. Parsons will be here. I'm sure all his family will be here. He's a PA kid.
yeah, Penn
So
State guy,
yeah, I think he's from Harrisburg, something like that.
something like that.
So I'm sure it's just for me,
Ooh,
that's the look.
ooh. I think I like this one though. Jalen Hurts rushing attempts over 10 and a half.
Absolutely. I
Oh,
think he's going to be having to rush all day long because the pressure's going to get there
oh my
at
God.
least a few times. So I
Let's
see him
back
kind
that.
of,
Woo,
what is it?
10 and a half.
10 and a half? It's about
Yeah,
right.
yeah. He's had 15 carries, 16 carries, 9 carries, 11 carries, and 17.
Yeah, it's about right.
He's hit this 4 out of the last 5. Wow, give me that. All right,
I
I
think the
like
key to, the key to this game is us to commit to the run game. We have to commit to the rush game, to the run game, just to keep them honest and not have them freely rushing up the field.
Yeah,
To
I like the take. I like the take. I can't be mad at the take. All right. Let's go to Monday Night Football. We have the Denver Broncos traveling to LA Chargers. San
sleepy,
Diego.
sleepy, sleepy, sleepy game.
Line is Chargers are favored by -4.5. Totals 45.5. Everybody who took Eckler as one of their top picks in fantasy is really enjoying the season that he's having. He has been balling the last couple games. There's come out that Russell has a somewhat of a partially torn lat or something.
Hmm.
Obviously they lost their number one running back, and it looks like there is some issue where some of the younger receivers are not trusting Russell, or Russell's not living up to the bill that he once was, and I guess obviously that's why they dropped the note that he has a torn lat on his throwing side. The line is sitting right where it should be at -4.5. Can't trust this Denver Broncos team at all. I don't think Keenan Allen is playing in this game. And I think Nick, the other Bosa, I believe, is out in this game as well. But you just can't trust Denver's offense at this point. And then the fact that Russell's hurt right now, all your future props on that team over them making the playoffs, them winning the division as a dark horse. I think I had talked about that earlier in another show when we did our future bets. You can't trust them. I would lean the Chargers, counting on the day we do today. We'll have some plays for Monday Night Football posted. Make sure you guys just always follow MoneyPot Podcast when those drop. But I don't have a side on this one. But I would lean Chargers here. It makes sense that the Chargers, they just won't be able to keep up.
Yeah, I agree 100%. I'll look at that first half. If you're a little afraid of the full game, look at first half Chargers.
Let's see what that
Once
is.
again, like I said, I just don't trust. I don't trust neither of those teams. Russell is actually my fantasy quarterback. I'm so mad the way he's playing and performing. But I also don't trust that coach for Chargers. I keep saying it. He will find a way to do something stupid. Um, but I would lean Chargers here because of all the issues that's happening in Denver. Then they had to fly out to California. So yeah, I would lean Chargers. Probably look at Chargers first half. They should be able to jump on them early.
$1.20.
Yeah. I like Chargers first half here. Mind you, it's still a division rival. I mean, division game, so they always play tough games.
Yeah.
But there's so many young people within both these teams that I don't know if the division game quite sinks in yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah. First half.
A lot of new faces.
First half total points is 13 for the Chargers. I feel like that's a little low for them just to score 2 touchdowns.
Well, I mean, Denver's defense been playing well. I mean, that's the only reason why they've kept them in games. Really, the defense has been keeping them in games.
I know, but they haven't played anybody.
Like
they played Seattle, obviously a Super Bowl type game for Seattle. Then they played the Texans. They played a Trey Lance 49. Was that Trey Lance still?
No, that was Jimmy.
Was that Jimmy? They played the Niners. Then they played the Raiders, and then they played the Colts. They haven't seen an offense like this. Not yet, at least. Who can, with Herbert, just the way he throws the ball. They haven't seen will we consider Herbert elite at this point? Is he an elite quarterback?
I mean, yeah. I think his play, he can play like an elite quarterback.
Yeah, okay. I agree with that statement. He can play like an elite quarterback.
But I mean, don't forget he still has a rib injury too. He coming off the rib injury. I mean, unless he's super healed up, he's fucking Superman. But
yeah, no, I mean, I think
it's just a team I don't trust. So I mean, 13.5, can they get 2 touchdowns in the first half? Yeah, I'd rather just take Chargers. Just give me Chargers first half.
Yeah,
if they're going to score 13.5, how many points do you think Denver's going to score?
Well, they have them at 10, right?
Okay, so what's the spread in the first half?
You got 2.
So give me the Chargers first half.
Yeah,
I'm not going to worry about 13.5 points here.
I like it. Yeah. So I think
because the Denver defense steps up and plays well and keep them like all the other games have been really, really tight.
Yeah. Chargers first half -2.5. We're gonna lay the juice at -120.
Yeah, I can see it being 13-3, but I can also see it being 17-3.
Right. Okay. I like it. I like the take. All right. Let's go back real quick here. Don, I know Don had another question. Does Alabama make the college football playoffs?
Well, they want them to, so I
yeah,
mean, possibly. It's only one loss. And
it's just one loss. And they should have. I think they should have won that game too.
It's not a bad loss, really. Tennessee's a tough team. They're a better team they were in Tennessee. It was a revenge game for Tennessee. Don't forget, Tennessee was close to beating Alabama last year into the fourth quarter. This was a big game for them.
I thought that PI late in the game was a phantom PI. I didn't like that call. He turned the corner on that late throw on the corner when it was like I forget how many seconds left and they called a PI. I think he turned around just in time enough to play the ball, and I didn't like the fact that
talking about Alabama.
Yeah, no, when Tennessee was winning. I mean, Alabama was winning. And you remember Tennessee, they threw not a fade, but
let's not talk about phantom PI calls. Let's talk about when Tennessee was winning and they threw that phantom PI call against Tennessee that was takedown in the end zone, and then Alabama scores in the end zone. Remember when in Alabama throws a cornerback down and they called it defensive pass interference?
Yeah.
Like I don't know.
Yeah. I don't think Bama wins at all this year, though. That secondary is just too bad.
Whoa. It's Tennessee's offense. That's a tough offense. Ain't no other team play like Tennessee's offense.
But he had 5 touchdowns on 6 catches.
Yeah, but he's that dude's special. That dude gonna be in the league soon on somebody's team.
But shit.
I'm saying that Tennessee's offense is tough. It's tough to play that offense.
He walked back into his room like he got game. They were already in the bed for him after that game.
Yeah, I mean, he had a hell of a game, man. Game of the week for sure.
It was a hell of a game.
But not other teams like that. So we'll see. I think Bama's Bama. They're not the Bama of old, but they got to commit to the run game. That's the problem. They got to commit to the run game. If they commit to the run game, they'll be all right. They're getting pass happy with Bryce.
All right, I got one more thing to talk about before we get out of here. Actually, let me just for those who are still with us, let me just bring up the plays real quick so everybody can see before we get out of here. So we have Tampa Bay minus 2.5 first quarter. This will be a parlay. I'll put this in a parlay somewhere. I'm not playing this straight. Travis Etienne over 18.5 receiving yards. Hayden Hurst over his receiving yards prop. Myers over his receiving yards. Hill over his receptions. Lamar over his rushing. We have a team total under 15.5 for the Panthers. I guess what do you call this? Like ordering out money, pizza money. I guess you want to say a little bit of sprinkle on PJ Walker to lead that game in Carolina. Just a small play. You could put $5 on it. You could put $10. Like, if you want to just put, some corner store money on there. $5 and win you 100. 27-1 odds. I think this is just a flyer on the wall that I saw. Got official play on the Cardinals. 75 on minus 2.5 for the Cardinals. We have over 27.5 points for Buffalo. Hurts. This is almost like an auto. This is almost an auto play right here. Anything over 10 rushing attempts. I think
You
this
live and die with that too.
Yeah, you just live and die with that. He's hit this in every game except for one. So, and he had 9 in that one. So, I'm okay with this one. I'll put a full unit on this one. Actually, I think this is a strong play here. And then we have our teaser, a 3-team 10-point teaser. We have Tampa, the under, and the Giants in Baltimore game. That's teased up to 55.5. And then the over teased down. That's teased down to 40.5. The over in the Arizona Seattle game. There's one more play I want to talk about before we get out of here, and you will see it more and more often. And B Diddy, you can laugh at me because I know you will. I know, and what I think you'll have an idea once I start talking because I've talked about this play before. I have been betting for the last 2 weeks the Philadelphia Eagles to go undefeated. I have been betting. I've been talking about it. We've talked about it numerous times, and I've been betting it the last 2 weeks. And I will continue to bet it, obviously, as long as they win. Right? As long as they win, I'm going to bet it each and every week until we get to the end here, and I could probably hedge a lot of money to win one way or the other. And I believe the way this season is going to fall out, not fall out is not the right word, but the way it's going to play out, if they can get past the Cowboys today, which we all think they will. They have the Steelers, the Texans, the Commanders, which probably won't have Carson Wentz, the Colts, and then the Packers. It is very, very likely playing the Packers Thanksgiving weekend that they could really be 10-0. And then we have another stretch of the Titans, the Giants. We haven't even played the Giants at all, which is a late game for the Giants. Chicago, and then Christmas game in Dallas, then the Saints, and then the end it all against the Giants. I just wrote down the list. Where's the loss, B Diddy? Yeah. Let's go. Give me that 17-0, baby.
I'm a week-to-week person, so I'm just gonna take it as they give me. And,
yeah,
it's just one of them things. I don't want to jinx nobody. We got to stay healthy. This is a long season, and I think we're super excited. Could we? Do I think we could go undefeated? Absolutely. But I'm gonna take Dallas on Sunday tonight, and we're gonna work from here. We can only get better from 5-0 by being what?
6-0, baby. So let's go 6-0.
Week to week. Anything can happen. Any one of these games can turn this motherfucking season upside down in their head. So I will be taking it week to week. And if it so happens to be 17-0 on that final week,
let's go.
I'm gonna take it another week to week because we need to win a championship at that point.
Facts.
Fuck being 7. I don't care about being 17-0.
Oh,
I don't care. I don't care nothing about being 17-0. I want to be healthy as possible
and
going into the playoffs and making a run into our Super Bowl.
Yeah, let's get back to Broad Street. All right, everybody. I appreciate you guys for jumping on. If you're still on, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. You guys are the reasons why we keep ticking up and ticking up. What they call the algorithm. It sounds good and all, but what everybody's saying. But you guys we keep ticking up and up and up. So appreciate you, everybody, jumping on for MoneyPot Podcast. B Diddy, Moss Money. Go Birds.
Let's go! This ain't the hot night, or this game he stink!
Oh shit!